So here's a controversial take I want to put forth to you. You, the person watching this right now, are probably an MRA, aka men's rights activist. And you might be thinking, there's no way I'm a men's rights activist. There's no way I'm one of those crazy misogynistic incels. But let me explain what I mean. I find that when I actually talk about the things that MRAs believe in, when I talk about what MRAs actually think, what our positions on things actually are, what our beliefs actually are, what the issues that MRAs talk about that men face actually are, 95% of the time, the vast majority of people agree with me. And the reason why they agree with me is because when people actually look and learn to what MRAs really believe and what men's rights issues actually are, it really is just basic equality. It really is just looking at inequalities and discriminations and issues faced by men and boys. It's basic fairness. It's not male supremacy. It's not saying that men are better than women or should have more rights than women. It's simply identifying issues that affect men and boys, specifically male issues, and wanting to talk about them and wanting to address them. So the ideas of the men's rights movement are not what people disagree with. It's the perception and the image of the men's rights movement that people disagree with. I watched a show the other day ago. I'm not going to say the name of the show because I kind of don't want to give it too much credit. It's kind of popular right now, and there was an episode, there was an arc where there was a men's rights activist character. This totally crazy guy, this misogynistic guy, this guy that had absolutely nothing to do with men's rights. But I went to some of the blogs and I made a post saying, listen, I'm a men's rights activist, and this guy is not at all what we believe. This is a really terrible portrayal of us. And I got absolutely hammered in the comment section. I had people saying, oh, you're just like Andrew Tate. Oh, you guys are a bunch of crazy misogynistic incels. Oh, this and that. And I realized that these people weren't disagreeing with me because of the things that I believe. They disagree with me because of the things they think that I believe. But when I started actually being a bit more specific about, hey, this is what I think about men's rights, and this is what I believe, and this is what I'm talking about, people's reactions were very different. And they still didn't want to come out and agree with a men's rights activist, but they had a hard time disagreeing with what I was saying. And a lot of them were saying, well, look, man, this is what feminists think too, so why not just be a feminist? And I could do a whole segue on why that's just not true, because when you look at my channel and you search feminism, a lot of things that feminist organizations and academics have called for and support is not equality at all. And feminists have supported laws that discriminate against men and boys kind of all the time. But people agree with MRAs. You probably agree with the men's rights movement. You may not know it. You might think it's the opposite, but you probably do. I guarantee you, if you're a feminist or you're someone who is against the men's rights movement and you think MRAs are a bunch of crazy misogynistic incels, you're completely wrong. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but it really is just true. So whoever you are, you probably are a men's rights activist. It's the label that people don't like. They don't disagree with MRAs. They don't understand MRAs. So it's not that people disagree with what MRAs believe, it's that they don't actually know what MRAs believe. And so I think I maybe want to kind of take this channel maybe kind of going in a different direction, because I realize if I make a video with feminism in the title, people are just going to immediately judge it and not even watch it, because people have an idea of feminism, like the men's rights movement, that doesn't actually match with what you see feminist organizations say and do. And I make a point to say there's a difference between feminists and feminist organizations. There's a difference between the person watching this right now who says, well, I'm a feminist, and the people who are part of these political lobby groups, these large political groups that advocate for laws in Congress and Parliament and etc. So my challenge to you, if you disagree with me, if you think that there's no way you're a men's rights activist and this video is totally crazy, hit me up in the comments or my email, blueorange22mra@gmail.com, and let me prove to you that you are a men's rights activist and you do agree with men's rights activists.